Before the 2015 PDL season starts next month, Cincinnati Dutch Lions head coach Terry Nicholl sat down with Dutch Lions TV to reflect on last season, looking forward to this season, how he got started in coaching, and more. Stay tuned.
From just south of Manchester, a place called Wilmslow, in Wilmslow, Cheshire, England. I was brought up in a football family. My older brother was a professional soccer player and my cousin was a professional also. My brother went to Burnley and then ended up in non-league. Then he went to have a good career at Aston Villa and Southampton, and he actually managed in the Premier League. My cousin played for Manchester United. He was a red-headed fullback that played, I think he played about 350 games for Man U, Terry Nicholl. So I kind of hitched a ride on my brother's notoriety at first. You know, there were teams were prepared to give me a trial, and one of them was Crewe Alexandra, and they were 92nd in the Football League. And that's 4 divisions then, and there was 94 pro teams. So Crewe Alexandra is where I went for my first trial. When I was 17, they offered me a professional contract. I spent a year and a half in a really hard Division 4 league. But the good thing then is if you're 17 or 18 and you're playing in a pro league, you have big clubs coming in every day to watch you. But finally, I signed for Sheffield United, who were the Premier League. It was called Division 1 then. Now it's called the Premier League. And I had 2 years there. I think I played about 30 games. But I managed to score 1 goal, and that was against Liverpool. You know, a huge night at Bramall Lane, 40,000 people, and a ball came over and I crashed it underneath Ray Clements, who was the English keeper at the time, and that was a decider. So I think that's my one claim to kind of glory, that I've scored a Premier League goal, and it won a game. Liverpool had gone about 13 games unbeaten, and it affected the league title because Leeds United took over and then won the league. When I was playing, I always loved coaching the youth teams, so I thought I'd go and get my qualification, my badges, what's called your badges in coaching terms. And I was lucky that I got my prelim straight away, and then I got my full badge, which gives you the right to coach at any level, professional, just about in the world, I think now. But yeah, I got me full badge. And the team I was playing for at the time was Gillingham A.F.C. in the English 2nd and 3rd division. Lovely southern town, lovely little club. I loved playing there. And I used to coach the youth team as well. And players like Steve Bruce, who's now the manager of Hull City, he came through the youth system there. So I coached Steve Bruce, who's, you know, went to Manchester United, right. And other players that have ended up now coaching, you know, came through the Gillingham system. I hope that I have good, high standards, expectation. I hope one of my strengths is building rapport, building team spirit, and I hope that's a strength I've got. You know, what I love to do is build teams, you know, as much as coach them. I like to try and put all the jigsaw pieces together. I came over to the US to prolong my professional career. I came over to play professional indoor. I went over to Wichita, Kansas to play in the MISL. It was a fantastic league. It's ice hockey with a soccer ball. Fantastic atmospheres in stadiums. We were selling out our stadium. You couldn't get a ticket. So it was really exciting to come and play pro indoor. I think as a first year, you know, at the beginning of the year, if they'd said, well, you were in contention to win the league and really should have won the league, we might have said, yeah, we'll take that, because we were just throwing a team together at the time. But once we got to know our players, we really missed the boat last year. I was very pleased with the players. They were terrific. But we had 3 or 4 chances to nail that league title and then go on to the playoffs. And we'd built a very young kind of I don't want to call it the upper squad, because the upper squad is really the starters. But you know, from half the numbers, so we had 30 players, say 15 down in numbers, were kind of young players, and really almost Super 20 players. And in the end, we had to rely on them really to try and get us over the line. Young American players are getting it right more and more and more, and they're doing some fantastic things. And also, they don't moan, they don't complain, they come in, they work. You know, I've coached that age group in back home, and everyone's moaning, you know, but young American players definitely have great attitude. They see the game growing, and they understand now, when they watch European games, they understand what's needed to achieve them kind of skills. And now they're starting to do it. The young American player is starting to get the thing that takes you from being soccer as being a fun, athletic event that you need good cardio for, into something of beauty. And I've still got the goosebumps now when I'm talking about a practice session last night. We last year built a team really around mainly around Xavier's senior group that's about to graduate. And if you choose that kind of player because it's the most mature collegiate player, possibly the best representation from local schools, what happens when they graduate?
They're gone.
Here, there, everywhere. Very few really stay local. And that's one reason why bringing in the younger lads last year may pay off this year. So we should be getting a good body of players from UC, from Xavier, maybe even slightly further afield. You know, NKU have a good program. Basiliga has a tremendous program there, and we had 2 or 3 of his players. We've touched on it already, and that is bringing the magical moments. Until Americans played themselves, I don't think they understood the magical feeling of mastering the ball. But now it's everyone's had a taste of it. Everybody's tried to move that ball with their feet. And now the men have even if they don't like soccer, oh, I love baseball, right? I'm a baseball player. But did you see that bike? Did you see the bicycle kick? Even the American that hadn't been seduced by the game of soccer, because all he saw was a 1-1 draw after 90 minutes. But if one of the goals was a bicycle kick, now they understand that. And they understand it because they've tried to kick the ball. They understand what magical moment that is. So this country, in the end, will be the best in the world, because that's what they do. They become the best in the world.